Finally, it hit me. The price of Shiba Inu has finally begun to rise again, having recovered most of the losses sustained in the last decline. There are parties going on, something still stands in the way of Shiba Inu. Around $515 trillion is being dragged back by Shiba Inu. But today something much more important happened. Everyone came in. The long-awaited hunt for has finally begun. Because of this, Shiba Inu will move up to the third spot among cryptocurrencies. How is this taking place? What am I even arguing about? Anyway, I will explain it to you in details then. Your daily dose of Shiba wealthy coins is here. If you are interested in Shiba and want to learn more, you have come to the right place. Subscribe if you want to know what's happening in the cryptocurrency market and get the most up-to-date news predictions. Click the like button to receive more SHEB news. Everyone had been eagerly anticipating today. The Shiba Inu are finally escaping their curse. After what felt like an endless downward spiral, the price is finally turning around, and the relief of the community is palpable. Although the percentage may not seem big, it is actually rather large, considering that Shiba Inu only rose one day ago and the terrible weather over the past few days. The market has taken a gloomy turn as prices continue to fall. At long last though, things are looking up. This is the most absurd part, but also a cause for joy for everyone who has pushed through tough times. The weekly chart will reveal even more intriguing details. The story of Shiba Inu is starting to change after those devastating losses. The pattern is shifting, but it's still in the red, and that was our exact goal all along. The mending process is progressing at a steady but moderate pace, plus it appears like we're finally making progress towards something better after a long time. As the market appears to be finally catching its breath, Shiba Inu owners are finally getting a break from all the chaos. But we must be wary because the great evil is still out there. The Shiba Inu, according to one observer, faces an enormous barrier and will have a difficult time overcoming it. One of the most formidable levels of resistance in the history of current trading is directly in front of us, with more than $515 trillion worth of tokens heaped up at a critical price point. After a steep decline in recent weeks, Shiba Inus are finally exhibiting signs of stability and recovery. However, the problem remains. There is a lot of selling pressure coming from holders who paid more because they are still losing money. Shiba Inu have a far more difficult time pushing prices higher since many of them wait for prices to rise just enough to sell at a break-even point or a small profit. At the moment, the price is falling in an area where around 75,000 addresses possess those $515 trillion tokens, making this a pivotal battlefield. The way this works is fairly simple. The addresses are organized in a way that reflects their profitability or loss at the present rates. If the value rises over their initial investment, they will profit. They will likely sell when the market returns, if the amount is less since they are out of finances. Also, this is not an imposter, because this crucial level is occupied by a large number of holders. However, things could get interesting if Shiba Inu manages to conquer this massive challenge. Now we get to the meat of the matter. This price shift might not be a random occurrence. The signs are getting harder to ignore, according to one researcher who asserts that Shiba Inu might be getting ready for a major power change. Over the past week, there has been a noticeable decrease. Looking back a month, the drop is noticeably more pronounced. Things start to become interesting at this point though. Despite being trading within a key range, Shiba Inu has a long way to go before it reaches its legendary all-time high in 2021. Experts are looking for signs of a recovery from that huge gap, and some of them think we're getting close. Something really important is noticed by one specialist, Raven Cartel. Their research shows that Shiba Inu didn't say a word during the current surge of meme coins. Things may change though, in the coming months. If past events are any indication, a new meme coin cycle may be about to begin, and Shiba Inu may take center stage. Assuming the support levels are solid, Token Talk, another expert, sees a rising channel pattern which typically indicates a continuing rally. If they don't, additional harmful consequences might occur. The dispute has therefore persisted. Jevon Marks, on the other hand, has made the most daring prediction to this point. He observes the disintegration of a falling wedge construction, notorious for generating jerky movements. If his predictions come true, Shiba Inu might smash past its previous record. That's a bold statement, but it's not entirely irrelevant because momentum keeps building. The question you may have is, what the fuck is going on? Why is the mood so upbeat at the moment? In any case, not only are Shiba Inus on the move, Bitcoin, which is getting close to that massive six-figure mark, is also on a tear. It has recently broken through key resistance levels, leading many market watchers to predict a breakout rally. There is new impetus in the data, and the price movement of Bitcoin is shifting. Bollinger Bands are indicating a change in trend, as more capital is flooding back into the market. Bitcoin has the potential to not only hit $90,000 but much higher, if it manages to blow over the next barrier. This is also a secret. When Bitcoin changes hands, the entire market feels it. Everything, including Shiba Inus, might get quite animated if this movement continues. Be patient though, perhaps the most important factor propelling Shiba Inus to new heights happened today, and it was something far more consequential. According to recent reports, there has been a significant uptick in interest in cryptocurrencies in the UAE, as seen by the jump in app downloads. According to AppsFlyer, an app analytics platform, the area's adoption of cryptocurrencies has seen extraordinary growth, with downloads more than tripling compared to a year earlier. As downloads consistently peak, particularly in the last months, this tendency became even more evident in the second part of the year. AppsFlyer pinpoints a multitude of primary reasons for this upsurge, with the outcome of the US presidential election being the foremost among them. According to market experts, Trump's stance in favor of cryptocurrencies has played a pivotal role in drawing new participants to the industry. It has been challenging to keep people interested, despite the fact that downloads are increasing. Sponsored events account for about half of the increase in visits, which is mostly attributable to aggressive marketing. The actual test will be in the longevity of these new users, but the numbers don't add up. A meteoric rise in cryptocurrency investment has occurred in the United Arab Emirates, and this kind of enthusiasm might permeate the entire market. Since millions of new people are flooding in, it's not surprised that Shiba Inu is seeing an increase. This is very amazing for Shiba Inus. This is clarified in the following. Shiba Inus have formed a fantastic bond with the UAE, as you are already aware from viewing our previous documentaries. Now that cryptocurrency is becoming increasingly popular in the region, this might be the turning point that propels Shiba Inus to new heights. Shiba Inu stands a far higher chance of attracting attention given the millions of new cryptocurrency users that are joining the market. More than just another fad money, Shiba Inu has become something special. It has evolved into something with practical uses, a growing ecosystem, and constant improvement. Try to put yourself in the United Arab Emirates' shoes, and think about what this means. No other market compares to this one. In terms of money and power, this financial hub is among the best in the world. The country has established itself as a frontrunner in the global adoption of digital currency and blockchain technology, thanks to its progressive regulations that attract substantial investments. So it's clear that Shiba Inu is appealing to more than just casual dog owners. Crypto whales of a serious kind may be making an appearance here. Furthermore, the arrival of wealthy financiers can cause the price to fluctuate in unprecedented ways. The value of Shiba Inus might skyrocket, and their profile could expand as a result of this infusion of new vitality. The perfect storm may be brewing: a rapidly growing cryptocurrency market, the present ties of the Shiba Inu to the UAE, and the potential involvement of wealthy individuals. Price and acceptance can skyrocket